Hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar on automation and migration using the VitalSigns for Network Automation and Control solution called VNAC. Let's talk a little bit about VNAC. It's running in customer shops from 300 to over 40,000 MIPS and has been in production for over 4 years. Many of our customers eliminated NetView or NetMaster in the free trial period, usually 60 days. We do have a few of our larger customers that took a bit longer than that, upwards of 90 days. It's important to note that every one of our customers had one person part-time working on the project. VNAC can run side by side with NetView, so that makes for a much easier migration period. We guarantee 40 to 60% annual cost savings over NetView or NetMaster. Think of taking your NetView bill or your NetMaster bill and cutting it in half. These are hard dollar savings. VNAC is simple to install and implement. And if you're looking for even more savings, you can take advantage of zip and zap engines to further reduce resources needed. In addition, we provide our IP or FTP monitor free of charge with VNAC. We have full function NCCF command facility, and customers tell us our implementation of NLDM or session awareness is superior to NetView. Think of it as having one screen for what you'd normally have to scroll through 4 to 5 screens of NLDM. And of course you can browse network and system logs. And the reason we're here today is to dive into the automation portion of VNAC. We've also added global stem variable support and a mechanism to easily migrate your NetView panels to VNAC. And if you're fortunate enough to have our robust IP monitor, VIP, there is tight integration with VNAC. A good example of this is resolving alerts that may come up. Let's say an EE connection goes down. VIP would alert VNAC. VNAC would invoke automation to restart that EE connection and then send an email or alert to the team that it's all taken care of and done.
So what I intend covering today is to provide you with an overview of the VNAC architecture and how you would go about installing the product on z/OS. Thereafter, I will discuss some of the automation features and functions of VNAC and also discuss how you would go about migrating to VNAC from NetView or NetMaster. There are features in 5.0 that is going to make the transition from NetView to VNAC much easier and seamless. Lastly, I will give you a demo of VNAC and show you some of the automation features and functions. The VNAC architecture is a 3-tier architecture which consists of a web server, a z/OS agent, and a browser. So typically the z/OS agents report all of the activity to the VNAC server, who stores the data and users access the web server by the commonly used browsers. The VNAC server can be installed on a variety of different platforms. It can be installed on z/OS under USS. It can also be installed on Linux, AIX, and the Windows platforms. If you're using Z-Linux on the System Z environment, the VNAC server can also be installed on this operating system. In our experience, most customers opt for installing the product on z/OS. If you're installing the VNAC server on System Z and you have a zip or a zap processor, you can take advantage of these specialty engines and offload CPU cycles to them. So a VNAC server can monitor and communicate with multiple VNAC agents. In your environment, for example, you may have 10 LPAs. You can configure the VNAC server to communicate with each one of these agents that's installed on every one of those 10 LPAs. From a failover and redundancy point of view, you can run more than one VNAC server. In the event of your primary server being down, you can have users connect to the hot standby or backup server by making use of a virtual IP address, or simply have the users point their browsers to the backup server URL. Because VNAC agents can communicate with multiple servers, you are assured of seeing the latest information regardless of which server you connected to. So think of the VNAC agent as the engine of VNAC, where all of the processing, automation, and recovery routines take place. Agents installed on ZOS 1.9 through to ZOS 1.13. Yes, the product has been tested on ZOS 2.1 and is compliant. So you would install VNAC agents on all the LPAs where you require network and automation functionality. You can run more than one agent on the same LPA if you like. Perhaps if you are doing some testing and you do not want to impact other users, then you could consider running two agents on the same LPA. The VNAC agent is responsible for automation processes as previously mentioned. The VNAC agent can run without the server being available, so in those circumstances where the server is down, you can always rest assured that your automation processes are being taken care of. Okay, as you can see, I've already established a browser session to my VNAC server. I've chosen to use Firefox, but you can certainly use Internet Explorer if that's your preference. Here you can see the URL for the server. This particular server is running on a Linux platform on my network, and I have 3 VNAC agents reporting to the server. It's running version 4.0.6, so that's the latest version of VNAC that's available for download. This is the first screen that you get displayed when you log on to the product. Fairly self-explanatory, so there you can see the different tabs. Let's begin with the command interface. So the first thing that you'll notice is I'm now prompted with the different agents that's active to this particular server. I can now select which agents I want to establish connectivity with. So let's assume for illustration purposes today I want to select the agent 014 and 031. Let's assume that this is part of my live network, so I want to name the tab. Let's call it LiveNet. And now you can see there's the name of the tab, and if I go to the drop down toolbar, I will be able to see those 2 agents that's connected to this group. The context sensitive help information is pretty nice. I can click on the IE114i message ID and that'll take it away and to the IBM bookshelf and provide me with help on the IEE114i message. And query logs, this is something that a lot of customers use. Again, if I relate this back to NetView terminology, this will be the browsing of the active or the inactive log. Slightly different to NetView. What is really nice about this piece of the product is you can elect to view multiple agent system logs and agent logs in one consolidated view. As an example, we can say over the last 7 days, show me any message text that contains the word RTP or Rapid Transmission Protocol. Let's hit the OK button, and now it's querying the database, and there you can see some of the hits coming back, and there's RTP, and there you can see the HBR name. As you can see, this is context sensitive. This is the piece of the product where we were talking about where there is some synergy between VNAC and VIP, and if I wanted to, I could click on that HBR name or this RTP name. It'll take me off to the IP product, VIP, VitalSigns for IP monitor, and that'll launch the HBR connections at a display, so I can get more information on all of these RTP names. So that's really nice. I'm just going to show you a few samples here. These are some of the samples that will be shipped with the base of the product. I'm sure if you're familiar with using pipe on NetView, then you will certainly know which pipe stage you want to invoke.
I would like to thank you for your interest in our webinar on VNAC, VitalSigns for Network Automation and Control. There's a lot of detail covered in this webinar. I hope you found this information interesting and helpful. If you would like to see the entire webinar, including the technical details on the VNAC architecture and the full product demonstration, please go to our website, sdsusa.com, to request the link for the entire presentation. You can also call us at 1-800-443-6183, or you can send us an email at info@sdsusa.com and let us know which webinar you would like to see.